Let's talk about the application of the chart supplement. In reality, you're going to use this primarily during pre-flight planning to get like runway information and obstructions that are along your route of flight. Also for special procedures like noise abatement procedures or curfews, or special arrival and departure procedures, which can be crucial for minimizing community impact and ensuring that you're complying with local regulations. Also like weather facilities, you can call up weather ahead of time or obviously get it online or on your phone, but it's nice to be able to have a phone number to call to get the AWOS and the ASOS and the ATIS information. Also confirming the available services for you. So if you need Jet A, then you got to make sure that they have Jet A. In-flight use, obviously you'll use it for navigation, like frequency information to quickly reference communication frequencies for ATC or ground or tower or Unicom. This ensures that you're always on the correct frequency for your phase of flight, enhancing communication and situational awareness. Again, for navigation, you'll use it for like nav aids, for VORs, NDBs, ILSs, and GPS information as well. And then you may actually use it for emergency situations, like for alternate airports or, maintenance that it is required. Maybe you don't want to land there because there's no facilities, that type of thing. Also for post-flight review, you can review what you found to be true. And if there's anything that's wrong, then you can let them know. But at the same time, you should have a good understanding of your ability to adhere to noise abatement procedures and local environment regulations. For scenario-based training and as part of your check rides, you're going to have to whip out a chart supplement, and your examiner is going to be asking you, okay, what is this? What is this? So I would encourage you to practice using the supplements to choose an alternate airport, calculate, fuel requirements to determine the necessary frequencies and approach procedures. Also for like complex airspace, like if you're flying, let's say in the DC metro area and inside the SFRA, or inside like up and down New York, in that corridor, in and around LA or Seattle, that airspace can be pretty congestive. And so having the chart supplement gives you the tools to be able to navigate those airspaces relatively well. For sure, this is going to be on your oral exam. This will 100% be on your check ride during the oral exam. Pilots may be asked to reference the chart supplement to answer questions about specific airports, procedures, or regulations. Familiarity with a supplement can help demonstrate knowledge and preparedness. The chart supplement is often used in check rides for planning cross-country flight, where accurate interpretation of airport data, services, and airspace is essential. And then also keep in mind that you can get some additional information in regards to like restricted airspaces or MOAs. The supplement provides detailed information about restricted areas and other special use airspace. Pilots can use this information to plan routes that avoid these areas or to understand the procedures required to transit through those areas. In addition, it may not be common, but in my career, I've landed at military airports a number of times. And as a civilian, you have to have a whole bunch of stuff lined up, ready to go. And all of that information is contained within the chart supplement. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you absolutely cannot without prior authorization. So keep that in mind anytime that you want to land in the military airports. Also check TFRs, obviously, prior to any flight, and then check the chart supplement because it does come out every 56 days. There are a number of changes that come down the pipe, and we get comfortable sometimes as pilots. We don't often refer to the chart supplement as often as we should because, oh man, I've been to Lancaster, a million times. I've been to, Meade a number of times. Like, I don't need to check it out anymore. I'm good. So stay on top of it. There is a wealth of information, and it does apply to every flight that you fly. All right, folks, if you've made it this far without dozing off, very impressive. Tip of the cap. Now that you're officially a helicopter nerd like me, why not take the next step? Check out my online helicopter ground school at 3gheliprep.com. Trust me, it'll only get more exciting from here, or at least more useful.